Hi, I'm Wes Parrish and thanks for joining me today. In 1992, I started receiving dreams about floods, earthquakes, tornadoes, and storms, that if you put every storm in every movie that was put together, it wouldn't add up to whatever happened in these nightmarish dreams. This all dates back 33 years, this is also when I started to learn how to control my dreams, but I was just at the beginning of going down a rabbit hole. And if that didn't traumatize me enough, in 1995, I was staying at my girlfriend's house. Because we were younger, we were abiding by her rules and were in separate bedrooms. I woke up between 3 and 4 a.m. with an overwhelming feeling that something was wrong. The feeling was so persistent that I started calling my family and friends just to see if they were okay. Even at that early hour, everyone was fine. Throughout all of the chaos and confusion, the only thing that I understood was that my aura picked up on that energy. Then in 1996, it happened again. It was about 5 a.m. and I was walking to work on the nearby railroad track. As I walked down the tracks, in the dark, I was once again overcome by that energy. There was something a little different about it this time, it was so overwhelming that I feared for my life. I didn't know if I was going to be attacked by a mountain lion or bear, or run over by a train, or what was going to happen, but the feeling was real. Imagine a cinder block laying on top of your chest, that way you can have some type of idea how strong this energy was. So again, when I got to work, I called and checked on everyone. And again, everyone seemed to be fine. So for a second time, at the end of the day, all I understood was that I felt that energy again. Then in 1998 it happened for a third time. This time everything was different. And of all places for this to happen, I was in prison over some BS. First, let me explain where I was to give you a better idea of my surroundings. There were about 45 cubes on my side, each cube had 2 bunks and a 5-foot tall wall separating each cube. The other side was set up the same way with 2 TV rooms and a CO office in between the 2 sides. I always slept on the top bunk because I liked to see my surroundings, and that's where it all went down. I couldn't see the clock from my bunk, so I don't know the exact time, but it was in the middle of the night. I woke up and was already sitting up in my bed. I don't know how that came about, but I know for sure that my aura was detecting something that was right in front of me, inches from my face, staring me down even though you couldn't see anything was there. My aura detected that this energy was more evil than I could comprehend. As I sat there, feeling this energy, my next door cellie, Clark, was coming back from the bathroom and saw me. He asked me what I was doing awake. I responded that, there's something evil right here in front of my face. He told me to reach into his cell and open the Bible on his shelf, which was in reaching distance of me. I responded that I didn't think that was going to work. You could tell by the expression on his face, the way he looked back at me, that he thought I was just having a nightmare, but he never said anything. In those few seconds, whatever it was that had woke me left and went 3 bunks over on the other side of the room. The inmate that was in that bunk suddenly leapt out of bed yelling and screaming, among which he said, "Get away from me." We thought that he was being attacked, he screamed so bad that we thought he was being stabbed to death. Then all of a sudden the lights came on, everyone was awake now, and a team of COS stormed to room. After they went and checked on this inmate, everyone on that side of the room erupted in laughter. Of course it has mine and Clark's attention too. It turns out that he was having a nightmare. After that night, Clark and I never talked about what had happened again. What I understood from that night was that whatever evil was in front of me, left and went after that other inmate. Clark knew it too. Now, earlier in 2025. Around 4 a.m., I was sound asleep, and my aura detected a bad energy getting close to me. I understood that this bad energy was going to plant the seed for me to have a nightmare. I recognized that this was not the same energy that attacked me the 3 previous times. Upon realizing that, I cast it out of my home with God's glory. Then I went back to sleep. So what I understand out of all these experiences is that there's a bad energy that can go around and give you nightmares if you don't bless your house before you go to sleep. Something else that I understand is that I have had such spiritual growth from those first experiences where I didn't understand anything to now, where I can recognize the energy to ward off a nightmare, as far as nightmares go. But those 3 experiences that I had before were unlike anything else that I've experienced my whole life. Thank you for your time.